Good morning. So here I am breathing every time I hear that shuffle. So, and I was sitting here, and again, I always have to decide what deck to use. And I'm just trying to verbalize what I've been thinking about for the last 10 minutes while I was shuffling. And essentially, I have all these different decks. So I've got Murder of Crows, I've got the Noir, the Tarot Noir, I've got a Russian deck, some really dark decks, Necronomicon. And I was thinking about, even in day-to-day life, you know, if you have negative news, or, you know, when we have negative news or something, how we package that news is so important. So in the mornings, I tend to use my lighter decks. They will give the same message as the darker decks, but it will feel different. And it just made me think about the way that we present ourselves during the day. If we were a tarot deck, are we delivering a message using a lighter method, or the darker cards? You know, when I use the darker cards, it gives you that heavier feeling. And it just made me think about how I go through the day when I talk to people based on my mood. What tarot deck, what mood am I in? And I could actually use that as a gauge. Am I the delivering messages today with, you know, mystical moments here, or am I delivering my message with, you know, Murder of Crows? How am I approaching people? You know? And it just got me thinking about that, and how those cards can affect other people's moods also. They all have their place, but I just thought, you know, it just was something I was thinking about for the last 10 minutes, how we present ourselves. So I'm using Mystical Moments, and whatever message it gives, it'll be gentler, lighter, more understanding. You know, maybe that's something we might want to think about with the universe, because of the way things are. Because I tell you what, you watch the news on TV or read it, this will get your attention, won't it? This right here says the same things, but you're not going to pay the advertising. It's not going to be as frightening. It's going to be something more along the lines of, it presents you with the situation and you can decide what you want to do without being scared. Fear is just a way of manipulating ourselves and others. Fears are a way to manipulate people. Fears are a way to manipulate ourselves. We will make different decisions based on how we feel. And if it's fear, generally those decisions are going to be selfish, self-centered, and seeking. So, I do have my mystical moments here. And sorry about that rant. It just, you know, like I said, for 10 minutes, it just was like I couldn't, you know, that was my main focus this morning. As I was shuffling the cards. So, here is my deck. I'm going to split it into threes, and we're going to see what the universe may want to show us today. See if the universe has got a lesson for us. See what the universe wants us to focus on. Because each one of these decks has a thread going out to the universe. And based on which thread I pull will be the thought for the day, the conversation. This is actually going to end up directing, at least for me, a lot of my day's conversations, because I'm going to be reflecting back on whichever thread is here. And so today I think that I'm going to go here because, I'm having those deep thoughts already. So let's get to the bottom of that. Let's go to the very bottom here and pull that thread. So I'm going to do my 3 and 1. And let's see where it takes us today. So I'm going to flip each card over one at a time so that I can see them the same times you do. And as I always say, to me, it's like reading a book. Here's that first chapter here, and it's like I think I know where the book is going to go. And I think I figured out all these, and then I flip this one over, and it changes everything that I thought. So that's why I do that flow of consciousness. I just kind of let myself blank out and just go with the flow. So I'm going to flip this one over. We're starting right out with the 7 of Pentacles. That's an impatience. That's having a difficult time waiting for something to come to fruition. We've got something going on, but we want it to hurry up. I'm going to flip over the center card here with the 7 of Swords. So right off the bat, we have this theme going here. And 7s are about those potentials and the rewards, but the 7 of Swords, the 7 of Swords is when we take that impatience and we will start to do whatever it takes just to get it done. We can lie, we can hide stuff, we start manipulating. It's kind of that negative thing on the inside where we have that negative behavior all of a sudden. It's very selfish. I already mentioned it's very selfish and self-seeking. We have Justice reversed. And justice is generally about being clear-sighted. It's about weighing things out, balancing things. But when we have a situation where deadlines are coming along, and we have to get something done. Maybe even because of these cards, we've been procrastinating. We've been trying to put things off. We've been blaming other people. And we're not being clear-sighted about what we're doing. We're just getting into that selfish and self-seeking mode. When the justice comes along reversed, it means that generally, you eventually have to pay the piper. And you know what? Even if you don't get caught, even if through all that impatience it's just, something negative and we're able to hide it, we can't hide it from ourselves. She's clutching onto her fears right here. Other people may not be able to see it behind her because she's clutching onto it. But she's got it. She's holding it in. She's not letting it go. So even when we don't get caught with justice, we still pay that price. So I'm going to turn over the advice card. Which is the Queen of Wands reverse. And melt like butter, I will explain this in a second. So melt like butter is asking how this works, and I'll go through this, and then I'll give you a little bit of a little talk through here. So, Queen of Wands reversed. So she is energy and fire and passion. But she's saying here when she's reversed that she is angry. The Queen of Wands, imagine all that fire and passion turned in negative and turned inward, where instead of letting it out, you hold it in. So it's along the lines of this justice reversed, where again, one way or the other, we pay the piper. Either it's going to be an external justice or an internal justice. So for today, what are we hiding from others. We have something that we're not doing, something that we're struggling with. Again, we don't get to this point, to all these negative things, just out of the blue. This stuff grows. It's like this tree here. Anger, resentments, fears, they start out as a seed. And then we take that anger, resentment, fears, that all those negative things, and then we hold on to it like that so that nobody can see them. And then it makes us act out in negative ways. But eventually it has to work against us. So if this is the advice card, which is the Queen of Wands, we have to turn her around. That right there is the sun. The sun is what makes things grow. It's when you let things out of the dark. When you crack open that egg and you show to the world what it is that you're hiding. That's the only time things can grow. Otherwise, we're going to be the Queen of Wands reversed, and we're going to have to deal with the world through our anger and resentments, especially if we get caught. If we get caught, then we're just going to be really angry because it's not our fault. We tried hard, didn't we? It's not my fault. And so then our last defense is to take it out on everybody else. So what is it that we are hiding from the rest of the world? And what can we do to present it so that we can maybe grow and move past it? Because one way or the other, we're going to end up paying. So, milk and butter and high 585. Nothing much. So basically on Facebook, in the MyTarot group, if you go to MyTarot.org, I've got links to everything, including the YouTube. I do a daily reading. I've been doing it for months and months. It's a daily reading just to see a reflection on what we might want to look at, what the universe might be presenting for the day. So I use the tarot as the way to reflect on each day, maybe what lessons we can learn, things like that. So every morning at 7:30 Eastern, I do this. And it's my way of giving back to the universe. So that is what I'm doing here. And so, and I'm hoping that maybe other people get something out of it, because I think meditation, I think reflecting on a different topic each day can help me grow. And maybe if I can spread that out a little bit to help others too. And so with that, feel free to join me tomorrow also. Again, I'm here on I'm on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all three of those every morning. It just streams to all of them. And I hope that I can see you all again tomorrow. Join the MyTarot group if you would like to comment on the cards for today. So thanks a lot, everybody.